Alright, and we're back. And notice the fisherman's boat's got a bite out of it, and yes, this is something I also really love about this game. The music changes dynamically to what part of the level you're in. The other games do that as well. I believe... yeah, the vehicle theme changes. There's like a main theme in Jak 2, like the doot, 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 like... and if you're on foot, or if you're on your hoverboard, or if you're on like a vehicle section, it always changes. Or like if you're alert to like the guards. There's a lot of cool shit in that game. So the music is really fantastic in my mind. So this is another example as to why I decided to do this level now. Alright, this pelican fucker here. Deep throat that shit. That's what gets me off. So you can see in the background there's that blue eco vent. That's why I came back here now rather than later. So I'm going to leave that alone. We can actually use the cannon in a minute. But these sea snake looking things, oh man, they freaked me out as a kid. This game genuinely did creep me out, but it's not as horrifying as like Crash Bandicoot 2 or Tomb Raider. But yeah, you can see like little bugs and shit. They hover around the lamps at night. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is why I always... oh, these are my favorite enemy. They're so stupid. They don't have any other appearance in the entire game, but they're just there, and they're fucking cool. So, yeah, I guess I'll go over that way. But yeah, man, I love this game so much. But you can see the cannon over there is just going to shoot those open. The orbs will stay on the beach. They're not going to despawn or anything. But that's why I was like, you know, there's some things in the game that can like drop off of cliffs and... oh, I'm at full health. Okay, I don't need to worry. I spoke way too fucking soon. But green eco and stuff, yeah, that you need to pick up immediately. It does despawn, I think, after like 30 seconds or something. If you're like, wow, this game looks really easy, is it really that hard? You keep saying it gets hard. Trust me, it gets pretty fucking vicious in a little bit. Holy shit! I did not think that could even hit me over here, wow. This level is pretty fun. This is supposed to be the first level you go to, but you know me! I've got to do the hardest shit possible every single time I play a game. So... oh yeah, there's no difficulty or anything, by the way, the game is static. I hate when people are like, oh yeah, games were hard back when they didn't have difficulties. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know where people get that dumb idea from. Just because a game doesn't have a difficulty meter doesn't mean it's hard. And just because a game doesn't have a difficulty meter doesn't mean it needs one. I personally think just keep a game at like a reasonable difficulty as a whole, and then that's really all that should matter. Your experience with the game and your ability to play it is what should constitute difficulty. But then again, doesn't hurt to have one if you really want one. So, you see these plugs right here? We can't actually get up that. So we need to go over on the beach. And this is actually something the game hint section tells you that you wouldn't figure out if you didn't know. So there's these birds all over the place over here, okay? So... also, I think this was foreshadowed in Jak 3 with the turret section and that. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. These platformy things over here, like these. Yeah, if you played Jak 3, I think that might be what they were calling back to, but I could be wrong. But I love how all the enemies are also based on lurkers. It gives you a really cool, like, sort of, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you go, oh, all the bad guys are just consistently these things, okay. So yeah, the game actually gives you a hint to this if you're playing with the game hints on, where, like, Daxter will go, hey look, seagulls, let's bug them for kicks. Like, if you didn't know that, you would definitely not know you could do this. And that's how you get that, like, I almost call it orb every single time. That's how you get that cell unlocked, though. It's not a very hard puzzle, but yeah, you probably wouldn't think of doing that your first time playing, I bet. Unless you got really, really bored. There's some cryptic shit in this game, but it's nowhere on the level of shit like Crash 2 or, I don't know, like... I think Crash 2 is probably the hardest in the entire series in terms of like figuring shit out, so. But yeah, well, all these things are just like, it's so cool. Like this whole world just feels like it's lived in, you know what I mean? There's so much mystery and intrigue, and when I was a kid, I liked how you actually didn't see what the precursors were. You just got the idea that they were an ancient people. 3 kind of ruined it, I'm just gonna say it. I don't want anyone to spoil it if they know it, but like, yeah, it was kind of a disappointment in my mind. So yeah, these little towers have little doodads inside of them. I love how you gotta like explore the whole world. That's what I mean. Like, putting collectibles in a game may sound like a good way of extending it, like in a bad way. Like I've heard people go, "Oh god, this is the one I gotta do all these for," but no, it makes you explore. That's why these kind of systems actually work in a game, because they're very, yeah, they're very Pavlovian. Like you're gonna go, okay, where are the scout flies? Where are the orbs? Where's this? But that's because it works. It makes you explore the environment. That's why things like, whenever I put like health and armor pickups in Doom, whenever I'm doing a Doom level, that's what I do. I use those to determine where a player should naturally kind of see where they need to be at. It's a good system. Same thing with enemies. If you put enemies in an area and they die in a way that makes the player go, "Oh, I've been here already," it minimizes backtracking in my mind, because they'll actually see what they're supposed to do. I guess we'll do the cannon next. So, I don't want these assholes shooting at me, that's not cool. So, as far as emulating this, by the way, it's pretty easy to emulate. I am running this on GL settings. Now, it's probably not fair because my computer has like a pretty decent setup, but like, you will need a pretty beefy computer to run this at like GL settings. The only difference is the, well, from what I've noticed so far at least, is the shadowing is pretty good. I don't really care about that sort of stuff though in games, honestly. As long as it's consistent, that's all that really matters. Oh yeah, and if you played 3, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's a little dumb too. I think 3 just really ruins the entire series. So, it's not a bad game, but the story is stupid. I'm sorry, it's just really dumb. It also has like a twist that's just also very stupid in my mind too. If you've played it, you know it. That's, I mean, there's, the whole game is just like spoilers, and they're not spoilers, but it's all just like trying to be way too complicated, you know what I mean? Like, it's trying to wrap up a bunch of shit that doesn't need to be wrapped up. Like, do you really need to wrap up a giant turd? No. If the story is not well crafted, or, you know, it doesn't mean make it complicated. But yeah, hear those music notes? They change. Oh, Jesus. So that's... There it is. Yeah, you can see where this game made me a little anxious as a kid. Shit like that was very nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking as an adult, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fucking nasty. So, let's see if I can... No, I don't want to take a chance. I'm pretty sure you can? Can you? Yeah, you can at least do that one, because I think these are on the same level. There we go. So, let's see if I can get the, I don't know if those were actually rendered as black squares in the original. I couldn't remember. It's been a while since I played this on original hardware. I just want to get these with like that, because if you don't, you have to individually collect every single fucking one of those, and it's really annoying. Come on. And yeah, and if you have hints on, Daxter goes, "Dive for those orbs, Jax! Dive! Auga! Auga!" Yeah, I know this game really well. So I'm ignoring the pelican for a minute. I just want to get some more orbs. This is why I like this game. It makes you really think out of your way. But I mean, it's a waterfall in a video game, for God's sake. If there's nothing behind it, I'm going to be disappointed. So... You don't really do very many underwater sections in this game, thankfully, too. There's one level that has underwater sections, but it's not terrible. I mean, I'm kind of thankful there's no swimming in this game, though, because... I don't know, I think... the emphasis is on platforming and not slow-moving underwater stuff. Because personally, I don't mind underwater levels in games. I know that's heresy, but I like ice levels and underwater levels. They're always really fun. Well, to an extent. But for me, I don't really mind it that much. So, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can pick up here as well. I think I got all the orbs in the water as well. I'm not going for 100% with orbs, but it still doesn't hurt to pick them up. Because yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. There's shit later on that's like you need... Oh, what is it, for like Willard and everything? You need like almost 300 in one run. They either have 4 or 5. I think it's 4. And it's all 90 each. That's, by the way, the default price for pretty much all the cells is like 90. So, alright, let's go ahead and grab this. What is he doing? What the hell? I've never noticed that. So just abuse a bird, and you'll be able to do this. Alright, don't worry if you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna get there in time. It's so, I'm stressed. They should take timed sections out of video games because all they do is make me anxious. I've actually read that on Reddit once. It made me want to vomit. So here's how you get that one. It's a very simple orb. Now, we'll do the top layer. You see, I'm trying to do this in order so that way I don't have to backtrack as much. So this is how we get this one that we knocked down with the birds. You're probably like, how long did it take you to finish this game as a kid? Surprisingly, a very long time, because I was very young when this game came out. It was a lot of fun, though. I have nothing but positive memories of this game. Especially 2. I mean, Jak 2 actually scared me. Not because it was, like, a scary game, but because they swore, and it made me feel uncomfortable, because I wasn't ready for that in this game. Like, this is not a game that involves cursing and violence and sexual innuendo, you know what I mean? Well, there's sexual innuendos, but there's nothing, like, extreme, I guess, like Jak 2, or Daxter just stares down a woman's shirt and it just zooms in on it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but anyways, you get my drift. It was a very big tonal shift, I think is what I'm trying to go for here. So, you'll never see these ever again, by the way. This is the only time these ever show up in the entire game. Well, actually, no, I take that back. There's one in the next level. Level set, I should say. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, if you want to, like, hurt yourself and find out how to get more health, you can do that too. So, it's kind of a damn shame they took out the other eco mechanics in later Jak games. It really is, because they actually made you play around stuff, you know? And I don't know, it made the game feel like eco was a part of the fabric of reality, you know what I mean? It was really cool. And then they just tried to make it edgy, and it just sort of fucking... 3 significantly reduces the edge factor that 2 has. But, I don't know, I just didn't think it needed it. That was just a trend, you know, lots of games did that. It wasn't just Sonic the Hedgehog, it was a lot of other games, like Ratchet & Clank tried it with Deadlocked. They tried to make it all broody and partially edgy with swearing. You see, that was the easiest go-to thing, is give characters guns and make them swear. Those are like the 2 easy hallmarks of making a game edgy. Holy shit, that was too close. Let's see if I can at least get this, little... I don't know what these things are called. Vents? I don't know, orb vents? I couldn't tell you what they're actually called. So, can I get all the orbs, though? Yeah! Oh, shit, I almost fell, though.
Good job. Now meet me down here by the egg. Oh, my. I hope the poor dear's okay. Here's a power cell for your valor.
Oh, no! No, 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 no!
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah, I'm not your mom. You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
Okay, I take it all back. This game needed swearing and guns. Little cringy. But, you know, she's old. That's what old people are. Old people are just cringy. So, yeah. That's pretty much all of Sentinel Beach. And I'll see you guys at the next one for the finale of this area.